Hello, hello. I'm Mikeji. Welcome, welcome. It's it's probably a bit of a pipe dream to expect us to get to oil today. I mean, we could get to oil. I doubt we'll get to blue science. But yeah, I imagine we will actually get oil refining started. See, how's this doing? That'll eventually empty itself. Yeah, that should be okay. Yeah, okay, we can live with that. And then what else? We're standing over here for a reason. I think I made sure that I left my character here so I would remember what I was doing here. Is that is that something that is actually true? Yes, I wanted coal. Okay. I'm no wait, I don't have any drills. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe I don't actually need to be here. I guess we'll find out. I was thinking we needed to get more coal, but honestly, with how backed up this looks, we're probably fine. What we should do is if we can get it, a fuel process. Wait, what's a fuel refinery? What's this building? I guess we'll make it and find out. Is it like this thing but different and faster? No, that's definitely not what this is. Oh. Oh, okay. It just makes solid fuel. Is solid fuel good? I don't know. I have no idea. I feel like it's probably good considering it's good in vanilla. I imagine it's even better if you convert it. Chemical plants don't make it at all. Oh, okay. Well, that would make sense then. Does that work? Yes, it does. I was hoping maybe it did something else, but I guess that's fine. Also, look at all these efficiency modules. That's awesome. So let's actually let's upgrade everything right now. Whoa, we really increased our mall, didn't we? What's this slot? Okay. Yeah, for now, efficiency modules and everything that doesn't have prod mods. These, honestly, we don't need to save the resources on. We didn't actually grab any prod mods because we also need to finish putting prods in labs, I think. Yeah, yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, for now we'll just do efficiency modules everywhere. I would like to eventually upgrade it to prods and speeds in places that make sense, but you know, figured I might as well go with the one that doesn't require any thought on what ratios are. You know, like efficiency modules have no downsides, so they're easy to just throw into every machine. And now that we have so many, we can definitely tone down how many we have, or how many assemblers we have, or maybe just make it 4 assemblers, but decrease it to like 1 stack of each, because we definitely don't need more than 200 at any given time. And then we could also put these in drills. That would be pretty useful. I would like to make more fuel processors. I think that's pretty easy to make. I honestly don't know if fuel processors are worth it or if it's better to just use solid fuel. Because I think they are. I think this fuel is worse than solid fuel, right? In terms of density. In terms of efficiency, it's better, but you're adding pollution, so I don't really know. I don't really know how the math works out for that. I also don't know why I just produced so many. And then let's add a splitter here. And the reason we're doing it like this is because this is where we'll add more coal when we get it later. Hence the awkward staggering, but this will work. This will work for now. I'm assuming, yeah, I don't know why I would be able to put efficiency modules there. And then what do we use a lot of? I guess we could put efficiency modules in the drills. It's probably not worth it. Yeah, we won't worry about it. Maybe for iron, because iron is actually like running constantly. The other ones don't seem to run that much. Also, I'm pretty sure we don't have anything side loaded. Okay. I was making sure we didn't like use this belt for carrying resources that weren't fuel, because I've made that mistake before. Also, that's the first time I've run into water. That's actually really cool that you can walk in shallow water. Okay, well, if we put it in the center, we can't really go wrong with that. Because these will be running for a while. And then, which lane is prioritized? These ones are prioritized. Can we actually, is there any way to prioritize this lane over this lane? There is, but it's not great. I don't think I'll worry about it. Okay, that should help a little bit. Yeah, that reduced like a megawatt or something. It's not a ton, but it's also not nothing either. And then there's probably a couple more we can toss efficiency modules into. Yeah, okay, we got it down a bit. Considering there's little to no downsides there, it should be okay. And then we have glass. We can actually, I think we can automate these in the mall. The only problem with automating the mall is that, wait, hold up. We can do a really easy upgrade here. I just realized. There we go. Because we do actually have steel furnaces automated now, and oh, biters can walk in shallow water? Oh, that is scary. Because I imagine you can't put a wall in shallow water. So yeah, that's a bit spooky. Why do I still have an efficiency module? Must have not divided evenly. But hello, Bode. Thanks for the luck. I'm currently trying to remember what I wanted to do. I think I was standing over here when I started, and I thought I stood in a spot to hint what I wanted to do next round, but it's possible that I just stopped like immediately without like any warning. So then maybe that isn't a hint of what I wanted to do next. Because usually I like to stand where I want to spend most of the time, but there's nothing over here. Unsurprisingly, flamers don't work in shallow water. That does make sense. I don't like it, but it does make sense. I mean, come on. If you throw enough fire at water, it probably will eventually do something. Maybe not that much, but I mean, it would do something. It might need to be pretty hot for that to actually work. Okay, I guess we'll go this way. Now I see why we didn't build it on this half originally. We barely cleared the cliffs in the first place. So yeah, that would do it. I think we deleted 3 rows. Let's see, we had 12 on us, right? So this is all we need. And then I don't think we need to put the prods back, but because the bots will eventually do it, if we can trust them to do anything. Okay, that should work. I think these are just, okay, those are just working slow because latency from using slow inserters. That makes sense. And then we have these burner drills, which I have mentioned this before. One thing I really like about any overhaul mod is the ability to upgrade things that you started with. But on the other hand, that also means all the resource chains tend to be more complicated. But it is nice having a use for pretty much everything. We actually just need to copy this layout, I think. There's probably a more elegant way to do that, but this works. It does the job. I don't actually know if we need this left side, but I'm pretty sure we need something from all of these belts to make we need fuel. We don't. Yeah, I guess they don't all do. It's very common though. I see it a lot. Oh, we need pipes. Do we have anything on steel belt? We could definitely put pipes on the steel belt. We should probably do that. Also, pipes are just good to have. Well, I don't know if I'll need this for anything later. We can always change it pretty easily. That's the wrong belt though. Okay, do these have the input speed? Maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. The problem with this is we don't necessarily get enough pipe for personal use this way, which means we might need to do 2 pipe assemblers if we do this. Yeah, I think that's what we have to do, because we just need pipe for a lot of things. You think you should be able to upgrade them for cheaper? but not so much building the lower tier than upgrading cheaper overall. That would be good. Like if you upgraded it, you would save like, I don't know, a little bit over just building a new one from scratch, but still have a non-upgrade route for like when you actually build them all. Because like it is nice being able to just you know, recycle things, even if it's not that helpful. It just feels nice to recycle a little bit of your starting resources, as opposed to just, you know, tossing them in a wooden chest and shooting it with a grenade or something, which is usually what I end up doing. And I guess we'll just do a splitter, I think. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, I like that all right. It's weird, but it does the job. And then this last one needs iron, and it needs this pipe, and it needs an output. Okay. Because I imagine we'll need undergrounds for a lot of things. Also, don't know how much we really need. Oh, wait. These are not going to be iron limited. Never mind, that does nothing. We automated splitters, right? We put it on off for a really long time, so I couldn't remember if we actually did. Looks like we're good. Okay, so we needed chem plants. We needed fuel refineries. I'm honestly not sure if we needed fuel refineries. I don't know how useful they are, but they look too expensive to build by hand if I needed more than like 10. But yeah, they probably don't need to be here. But just in case they're used for like the actual refinery as well. Chem plants are doing good. Let's limit it to 30. Actually, what do we need? I don't know what we need for oil. Maybe I should look into that. Plastics? We have plastics. Where do we make plastics? Oil processing. There is still an oil refinery. Am I just blind? Yeah, I'm just blind. I don't know why, but I could not see the oil refinery when I looked for it. Is this everything, actually? You know, we could have saved, and we still can. We could have saved a lot of complexity, I think, if we built it on this side. Or a lot of width if we just built it here. It doesn't matter that much. Or sorry, not width. It would have made it wider, but it wouldn't have been as tall. But oh well, we'll just leave it. It's not a big deal. That eventually will get the pipe and glass and steel it needs. It's not going to produce fast, but it doesn't need to. Yeah, none of these are going to be producing fast. Maybe I should have figured out. Maybe I should have built more pipes. Yeah, we did not leave enough pipes. I have a temporary solution for now, and by temporary solution, I mean this is probably what we'll be stuck with for the entire game. Uh, I have seen the speed module recipe. It seems pretty easy. It's just solid fuel, right? Solid fuel and electronic circuits. Yeah, that's reasonable. We have the means to finally get it. So that would be one way of getting more. And actually, where? Oh wait, this is an awful iron patch. I should mine it. I do want a core miner. Do I have that yet? I thought I got it last time. Manufacturing? No, probably would not be under manufacturing. I mean, we have all these processing recipes, which makes me think that we have the core miner. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Right. Concrete. Is concrete easy? Is it vanilla? I feel like if it's not vanilla, it's got to be similar. Yeah, kind of, but worse. Actually, no, it's much it's much worse than the vanilla one. Not like super difficult. It's just something that we need to do that's a little bit more involved. Also, we didn't build pump jacks. Those are very important. And these ones actually need these gears for once. So we have pump jacks here. They need electric motors, circuits, and pipes. So yeah, it is the exact same pattern as everything else. Perfect. Honestly, we could do a very lazy setup like this And then we can copy this for every single part of the mall. And it will waste a few inserters. And for things that are like limited by iron, it might cause problems. But honestly, it's worth considering. Also, why do these look like this? That should not look like that. Huh. There's no way we're using that much iron, is there? This is an easy-ish solution, right? Yeah. This is an easy-ish solution. We'll just go with this one. Let's change the input prio. Yeah, let's change the input prio. I don't think it really matters, but I think that'll force it to balance a little bit better. Oh, and also output prio. That's the more that's the important one. I can't believe I missed that one. Okay, so this will try to take this belt first, and then everything else will be sent left, and it will be re-added later. Hopefully that's far enough down. Just in case, I think we should keep upgrading this red belt. And then we can do another splitter, which... Why are these so cheap? Actually, are those cheap? Those seem pretty cheap. What are red belts? No, okay, I think they're vanilla. They just feel cheap, I think, because they use... They don't use like a massive amount of gears. They use a balance of the two. And I'm more likely to have a balance than I am to have just a ton of gears. Okay, so these are producing kind of... Of course we ran out of motors. Okay, so I guess the only thing we really need are pipes, undergrounds, and pump jacks for now. We could also hand make some storage tanks. Would be a good idea. Assuming we can find some steel. Or we'll just take from this steel. Let's make it 9, because that's a nice number. That's the only reason, but I think that's a good enough reason. We can increase this stack size now to like 10, would probably be fine. 2 pump jacks. Wow, that is not a lot. I don't want to have a bunch of clutter in my inventory, which is why I'm just not just clearing the belts and handcrafting, but I think I might just have to accept it. Let's see, how many can I make? Those will be crafting forever, but it works, right? That's only 5 or 10 minutes. It's gonna take me 5 minutes to get down here, right? At this rate. Maybe it's not too bad. Warehouses? I don't know if warehouses are useful. Like, they're large storage containers that have a lot of space. I don't think they're good for density, but I think they're good for simplicity, which is also, like, good. It helps a lot with balancing, because you don't have to balance 6 chests, so it's probably worth it. And then what else can we get? Can we get any more damage upgrades? No, we can just... Let's just start clicking. Oh, wait. Cliff explosives. Yeah, that would be pretty good. Okay, and then we'll just get random green things. Let's see, do we need more efficiency modules? Nah, I think we're good on efficiency modules. Productivity modules are fine. Let's just put things in a chest that we won't need, but we don't want to get rid of. We'll use them later when we get bots, I guess. Let's put it somewhere that's easy to not lose. I don't think that's an easy spot to not lose. It's half hidden behind a tree, so let's try a different spot. And we don't need this, we don't need this. I don't really know what this does. Fuel processor, I don't think we'll need for a while. I would like to make more medkits. Okay, perfect. If I can get a little bit more iron, I can get rid of that from my inventory. Perfect, frees up some space. And then there's something else that I did not want. I don't, we can definitely upgrade these. I believe I already have that one. I'll double check. I think that's what we did last time, because that's also my go-to. I mean, it's a pretty solid one. But yeah, I'll make sure I actually went all the way down the chain. And didn't just give up halfway through, because I've definitely done that before. Oh, and I wanted more repair packs. Stone. Wait, they use stone? Really? Just regular stone? Iron and copper? That's a weird recipe, to be honest. Very weird. I mean, I guess it's pretty easy. Like, I could probably figure out a way to build them here if I wanted them automated. Perfect. Look at that. Automated repair packs in the middle of the base. Those won't be annoying uh, ever. Okay. Let's double check. Stack size. We did get to the vanilla upgrade. And then we ran out of blue science. But yeah, we do have a stack size, so that's good. We also apparently have 2 stick chests. Oh, okay. I see why. This one was supposed to be my only stick chest. But then we had, like, we didn't have a limit on this. So this just built forever. Can you go into space yet? I cannot. We're still working towards blue science right now. Whoa, that is a lot of assembly machines. So right now it is just exploration, not so much space exploration. Then, oh, we definitely need pipes and more undergrounds. Okay, perfect. Let's go grab oil. We have not thought about where to put the oil plant. But that's not important. We'll just throw it in some random spot for now. If I had to guess, it probably needs water and like just starts with advanced oil refinery. There's no real reason for me to assume that. That just seems like something a mod like this would do. But like I said, that's a complete guess. It is possible that it has the vanilla style oil processing to start with. Also, this is a lot of trees. And we did not bring that many grenades. But I think we brought enough grenades. Yeah, okay. Wait, can we actually fill all these patches? Ooh, you know what we should have brought here? Efficiency modules. Those would have been quite helpful. I think. I don't know. Still not sure. But it would be very good for an outpost to not produce as much pollution. So it seems helpful. And then we can get some more pipes. Why aren't these powered? Ah, that's why they're not powered. We also missed one. Can we reach it from here? Yes, we can. Wait, why is my reach so far? Is that vanilla reach distance? Or did I have an upgrade to increase it? I don't know why. It felt just a little bit farther away than normal. But it's also been a while since I played regularly, so everything just feels off. Okay, well, for now, let's just do a bunch of this is way too many gun turrets. 20. Really? Oh, that is not much. Why do I have it limited so far? Even distribution. Oh, okay, yeah, that would do it. A quarter of a stack should be fine. That's 50 ammo in each. Is that enough? I feel like that's not enough. Let's do half a stack. Which reminds me, did that actually upgrade? Yes, I downloaded a mod that shows me what the stack size is, so I don't have to guess for all the resources that I'm not familiar with. Which isn't a huge change overall, but it is a little bit nice. Okay, 100 ammo will last a lot longer. We should make sure we add a radar. I was about to forget that, which would be not great. Perfect, and as long as I don't destroy these trees, honestly, this will last a while. I did not see these there. Okay, so we do have to move a couple of the gun turrets. That's okay. That's easy enough to do. These ones seem a lot farther out of the way, though, which is kind of spooky. There's probably other mods that do it, yeah. This one wasn't showing it by default. Okay, let's clear this biter base. I think let's see, Alt 3? Yeah, Alt 3. Or maybe I was just blind. But it has it now, that's the important thing. Or it's always had it. The world will never know. Oh gosh. What are buttons? Okay, there we go. Okay. Now I can see why having it be a quarter stack going into the turrets is a good idea when pushing bases. Not super important for defending bases, but yeah, pushing bases, you definitely want them to have less ammo. Unless I want to carry around like 1,000. Well, I guess a lot of it is that I was carrying around 1,000 and I left 1,000 up here for defenses. Oh, hey, look at that. There's more oil. We don't need it, but there is more oil in case we ever decide we do need it. Cliff explosives require... Okay, that's a vanilla recipe. We'll need to get those pretty soon. I also want to I want to actually get concrete because I do want to start mining these. Maybe. Actually, no, wait. If we do core mining... Is this a meteorite? Look at that. We got uranium. No, we didn't get uranium. It would have been a useless amount of uranium, like 1. But it would have been fun. Okay, so we haven't really thought about where the base goes. So I think we're just going to have to pick some random spot to start oil, and then we'll move it later once we get bots. Because I don't want to have to plan anything right now, and once I get bots, we can just up and move an entire base really easily. Except for, like, buffer chests. But as long as I buffer the oil, like, at a spot that won't get in the way, we'll be fine. And we'll be careful not to buffer, like, too much heavy oil anywhere. Or we'll use pumps. There's lots of options, but we can definitely just choose a random spot and call it good. This, though, does not feel like a good spot. I kind of wish I was farther over. I wonder if I can put them to the right of the labs. That would be good. Are they not? No, then... Duh, yeah, maybe not. Oh, well. Good catch. We'll fix it when we go to add efficiency modules there. They were running, so I figured they were still filling up, or I figured they were done, but I guess they were just filling up the pipe. Oops. Perfect. Okay, that is actually a lot less tanks than I thought it was. It felt like a lot, but I mean, a 5x2 isn't a ton of stored oil. Probably enough. What do these guys have? See, that's like 10% of my oil. Yeah, we can head back and fix it now. Let's just grab some efficiency modules first, and then we'll be good. Let's see, stone, coal, iron. We need a dump chest because we keep getting random amounts of ores that we don't really need. Let's see, copper, we can smelt, iron, we can smelt, and stone. Honestly, we can just smelt everything. Coal is trickier, but we can just do that and eventually get smelted. Okay, efficiency modules are here. How many are there? Okay, I don't actually know. I think 50 is enough for that. Because there's no way they hold more than 3. I feel like they hold 2, but honestly, I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever put modules inside a pump before. Huh. I'm wondering why we are so limited on motors. Ah. Well, that will help a lot, because this is eating up a very significant chunk of our electric motors. But now that that's capped, we'll probably start getting a lot more trickling down to oil. And I think we have enough of everything to get started. It's just, I would like to see that I actually am producing enough motors, but maybe I'm just not. There is a good chance I'm just not producing enough motors. Because we were running short on it last time, but it's really hard to tell, because malls don't run full speed all the time. Usually, at least not in a new mod. So that makes it really tricky to tell if you should bother upgrading it or not. I mean, we'll definitely need it eventually, so it's not like upgrades would go to waste. Okay. Did I get all of them? Yes, okay. I was checking the blueprint to see if they had 24 modules in them, because green on green looks very much like there isn't anything. Okay, so we have 12 gun turrets left. I'm going to let bots repair them while I look at what I need to do for plastic. I'm assuming it's a vanilla recipe. That's vanilla. That's vanilla. Ooh, biochem facility. That sounds cool. Solid fuel is vanilla, I think, if we need it. The only thing we would really use solid fuel right now is for speed modules, which we don't really have a need for. But we could, yeah, we don't really have a need for speed modules yet. Maybe they can go in the core mining facility. That would be cool. Oh, wow, that would take a lot of power. Because these already take 25 megawatts, right? Gosh, I could not imagine increasing that to be to be more power hungry. Is our production fine? Oh, yeah, actually we are researching as fast as we're producing. That's totally fine. I would like to move all of these over here, but we need cliff explosives for that. Okay, let's just place something. First things first, is it basic? Okay. It's kind of basic oil processing. It's a little bit more complicated than the vanilla basic oil processing, but it still only gives one product, and that's the important thing right now. I don't have to worry about any form of resource balancing. There we go. Wait, can you put them next to each other? I know you can't in vanilla. I'm not sure if it changes the size here. No, it doesn't. Okay. I figured it probably didn't, but that would be pretty nice. Okay, let's not go this way. Let's go under. There we go. Because we would like to put another power plant here, honestly, pretty soon. We should start crafting this stuff for that, especially since it might take a while. Can we automate boilers? Not with the way we have the base designed. But I don't think we really need to. Let's see, these use iron motors. Okay, we can automate the steam engines, which is something. Don't know if we need to, but I think we're going to. I will just copy this lazily and let bots do the work here. Or they'll do the heavy lifting. And we'll just waste we'll just waste a couple inserters. We can also downgrade it to a red belt now, because we won't be able to keep copying it if it has a red belt. Unless we automate red belt, which we should do. I think it's fairly easy. Wow. This stores 512 items. That's pretty cool. It's definitely not 36 times more than this, but that's still... Warehouses are awesome. It's been a while since I played a mod with some kind of warehouse. I know people recommended it a lot for Warp Torio, which would have been very, very nice for balancing resources, even if it meant your resource density was a little bit lower. Actually, is it lower? What's 18 times 48? Yeah. Okay, it is a little bit more wasteful, but not a ton. Did I wash my toes today? Why would I not? Do people not generally? I guess it's like a common let the shower water hit it problem. Does anyone remember what we're building, by the way? Right, steam engines. Wait, how many do we need? 20 or 40? 40. Okay, those will finish at some point. Yeah, okay, we can make do with that. The automation was for later. Obviously, I wanted to start placing things now, so I didn't want to have to wait for all of them. So we need 40 boilers as well. Those are nice and easy. copy this, and then I'm assuming we don't actually need to power the ones across from it, but I'm assuming they can share the same belt. We'll just do it one at a time and call it good. We could do a deconstruction planner right now, and it would be a little faster, but it's too much effort. Instead, we're gonna right click a bunch of times in a row. Okay, well, none of this will work. We also don't have any form of water going into them, so they definitely won't work. Can I rotate this? No. I was hoping maybe I could put it on the other edge, or the other corner, face it the other way, but that's not really how corners work, apparently. Probably because, was it an inverted corner or something? Oh, okay, yeah. You can switch the direction if it sometimes. But I don't know which ones you can rotate it around. Or wait, maybe the issue was that it was hitting this one. I'm not sure. Maybe it has to do with the shallows. Something about that looks like it should be able to go left, but it couldn't, and I'm not sure why. Maybe these have a larger hitbox? I don't know. Something just feels off. That's really all there is to it. It's not necessarily off, but it feels off. You guess it's kind of normal to wash your toes when you shower? Yeah, I imagine it is. But it could also be one of those things where, like, you just, like, expect water to hit it. Seems like it would also be a common thing to not, like, actively wash. I don't know. I don't know how other people shower. But that seems like something people would do. Also, what are we missing? Right, we just went up there to expand power because we knew it needed. I guess we should start doing the oil plant while these are crafting because we still have another couple minutes before they're done. And then we could just build it right below the power plant. Then I think what we'll do is we'll rely on... Oh wait, is there a clean way to do this? Yeah. Okay. That's pretty decent. Especially since we have bots. Although bots will take forever. But we do have them for placing the underground. That counts for something. We have 9. So let's just place all 9 while we can. Okay. So this should work. And then I think we'll keep these up pretty much the entire time. Because we don't really need these to stop. Obviously, or maybe not obviously, I'm assuming advanced oil and cracking work similarly, where it's more efficient to do oil cracking. But we can set it up to where these stay up and fill in the gaps if we start running out of petroleum. Because you don't want to be stuck having to rely on buffers forever or rely entirely on cracking, just in case you do an expansion and don't really know how much you expand. I always like having some form of basic oil processing in the base. Yeah, just in case we get our balance a little bit off. So that way you always at least have plastic production somewhere, even if you don't have, like, the more advanced things. And then, oh, look at that. It narrowly clears the cliff, which is awesome. And then we can do a little corner. Okay, we have basic oil processing, I think, kind of. I mean, we have basic oil processing. It's just we don't have anything to do with it. So it's not particularly useful. We can also get efficiency modules, because why not? They're just so cheap, you know? Like, it's hard not to want to use them. Because, like, productivity modules have a disadvantage. Efficiency modules don't, other than having to create them. And because they're so cheap to build, that doesn't even feel like a disadvantage anymore. It's like anything where we're undecided if we should put a prod mod in it, you just got to get an efficiency module and it'll be perfect. Oh, and having 3 is actually beneficial. it caps out on the power from 2 of them, but the pollution does not cap, which is nice. Okay, and then we should have enough of everything crafted that we can go do the power plant now, which is good. Oops, that's fine. It actually would have been a little bit faster if I deconstructed the ghosts, placed these, and then replanted, but that's okay. Or repasted, but that's fine. Not a huge difference. We are missing some inserters. 6, let's see. If we don't fix them now, we can probably assume we never will. So I think we need to go take care of that ASAP. Especially since inserters aren't that far. Let's increase the stack size. I just realized it was limited to 200, which is not that much. That's like two smelting lanes and then stuff to process the smelting lane. Which is just not a good amount of buffered inserters when it takes so long to refill the buffer. It's perfectly fine for these ones to have a 200, but this one, nah. Especially since if I grab this, this, and this, we run out of inserters fast. It takes forever to recover from that. Okay, so we have oil. We need coal. And we do have coal. Okay. So we should be able to set up plastic real fast. We don't have any space to do red chips. We also don't have a use for red chips, so maybe we should figure out the easier part of blue science first before we go to the red chips. I'm assuming it uses these engines as opposed to the vanilla looking engines. And then we'll just grab everything that's green. What are steel walls? Ooh, interesting. And they deal a little damage to the attacker. That's cool. Don't know how useful walls are, but they seem very strong. Wow. That's a lot of damage resistance. What do vanilla walls have? Oh yeah, that's a lot better. I don't know why I would need laser resistance. That's kind of terrifying. And I'm worried now that there's laser biters or something. Or maybe it's to protect from my own lasers somehow. I don't know. Or it could just be not relevant. It could be something that they have just in case someone else decides to add something. I don't know if it makes a difference in vanilla space exploration. But we have solar panels, or we don't need to use solar panels. We have them researched, but I think we can ignore them. We can also make a car. That wouldn't be bad. Sulfur, advanced circuits, and multi-cylinder engine. Okay, so it's basically vanilla blue science, but not quite. It's like vanilla blue science if blue science was basically the same, but with a slightly different engine recipe. So these use coal, sulfur, and water. Okay, that's all vanilla. Okay, so I think what I want to do right now, I do want to move labs. But to move labs, we need cliff explosives, because I want them to be here. It doesn't have to be here, but I want them to be here. Actually, no. There's no place we can really move all of our labs without cliff explosives. Because we can't really fit them all in this corner. So to do that, we have a couple options, and I think I'm going to opt for the lazy one, which is just hand feeding it a little bit of steel. Which, where even are they? Military? Oh, equipment and combat. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, we'll just hand feed it a batch of grenades and a batch of steel, and that should work. We have plenty of steel. The thing we're missing are grenades. Oh, which are uncapped. Whoops. I guess they use resources so slowly, it was never a big deal. Okay, sure. That will produce, like, endless amounts of cliff explosives. We did not grab the chem plants, though. And then I might be lazy. I'm tempted to be lazy right now. So if I cut corners and just have a dedicated sulfur production for explosives, I don't really have to think about anything. And I do like that. That is a very tempting option. Because I can just like place it here and direct feed, and that will be good. And then we'll make another one for science. What is this? Pyroflex dowsing. Ingredients, water, pyroflex. And it turns into stone, iron, copper, and steam? Does pyroflex have another use? That's kind of cool. How do I get pyroflex? I know it's something I can get from a byproduct. Oh, is it an oil? Like, is it something you put in a pipe? Oh, yeah, it's definitely a liquid. In my mind, it was solid. It looked like a gem to me, not like a little red drop of blood. But yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, so we have petroleum. This needs coal, sulfur. We did not grab any fast inserters, that's okay. And then water. And water is very easy. Okay, there we go. There's our, I think, functional explosives. And then this can be, this will be cliff explosives. One should probably be enough. And then this is steel barrels. Yeah, let's hope this is enough. I think it'll be fine. At the rate we're expanding, at least. Okay, let's give it all of our steel. And all of our grenades. Minus a couple stacks. That is... Wait. That's way too many. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. Okay, let's leave it... Give it half of our steel and all of our grenades. There we go. Much better. Honestly, it's really easy to do a small plastic plant here. I don't know why I'm trying to, like, give this a separate assembler. Like, we can 100% share the sulfur with blue science, and that'll be okay. Worst case scenario, we just add another one right here. Actually, yeah, we'll just do that now. Because again, it seems very easy to set up. And then we'll have plastic on the other side, and hope we're not throughput limited. Can we just cut through this? Yeah, we can. Okay. And then we'll produce plastic here, I guess. That's what it's looking like, at least. Can we just do it directly here? Yeah. Okay. It's 1 in, 2 out, I believe. Okay, that's a half a belt of plastic. I honestly don't know if that's enough. I assume it will be enough for a while. And then we can give it efficiency modules, because why not? Okay, so there's plastic, there's sulfur. We can split it later. Maybe we'll just build blue science here. That seems like a terrible spot for blue science. It should be over here. Because if we do it here, it's a lot easier to get copper. Is it easier to get copper here? Hold up. What does this belt look like? This is almost a full belt of copper. So copper is here. If we can get copper and circuits here, we either get copper and circuits here, or we get plastic and sulfur here. I think we have to move less things if we go here to here. But then we have to move blue science back. So I think complexity-wise, they're about the same. Either way is moving roughly 3 resources. Because we would have to have engines. Engines and blue science would go this way. Yeah. Okay, we'll produce engines here and move them over. Which means we should probably... have plastic go this way, and then we do need to do a side swapper now. Actually, I don't think there's any reason for them to share the belt if we're producing blue science here. The only reason we were sharing the belt initially was because we thought we had to move them both to the left, but when that is not the case, we can just keep them separate for now. Okay, plastic seems good. Get rid of stuff in my inventory as usual. Do we need speed mods? I don't think we need speed mods quite yet. And then cliff explosives. Do we have enough to expand labs? I think 9 is enough. Yeah, I think that'll be plenty. Because we only have a couple cliffs to destroy. Especially if we aim them well. We didn't aim them well. But we aimed them well enough. I feel like we probably could have done that with fewer. Because I think if you like choose where they go pretty carefully, you can save a lot of them. Maybe not. Maybe that's not how it works. But I feel like with the AoE, you can kind of save some. Also, how many is this? 6, 5. Wow. It almost clears that. Okay, and we'll just change which way this goes into this, so that way we can have a little bit more space for lab expansions if we would like. Okay, and now we need the double row for blue science input. Which actually, reasonably, we should just shift all of the labs over one tile. Which I think is what we're going to do. Because if we shift them over, we don't have to cross belts. Doesn't make a huge difference. Like, crossing belts isn't that hard, but it will, you know, it'll look a little bit nicer this way, I think. Just a tad. Of course, we have to wait for bots for like 10 hours to just decon these, so I don't know if it was actually worth it. Because the starting bots are not good. And I'm pretty sure they take blue science to upgrade, because that would be weird if you could get the upgrades beforehand, before you even get the recipe to make bots. Okay, there we go. And then we still have not been hit by a meteor, so that's good. That doesn't mean we shouldn't be defending against them, but we keep not stressing about it, because, you know, we haven't been hit yet. That means we never will. Maybe not a good philosophy. That's also our defense philosophy right now. But if we do get attacked, we have turrets in a grand total of like 3 spots. That could be bad. Like, we're not defending our expensive mall buffers at all, despite that being probably the easiest spot to defend. We could even locally produce ammo. Do a small ammo belt here. That's actually not a bad idea, is it? Yeah, no, that's not actually a bad idea. Let's do it. Let's do an ammo belt. It needs to go 1 tile over. And then hopefully we can get flamers soon, if we ever decide we actually want to get military science. But flamers in general are good to have. We definitely do not need this many turrets. Considering we haven't been attacked once, this seems overkill. But hey, we have it now. Hopefully it does the job. We definitely don't have enough ammo production to run these constantly, but as long as a single wave of biters doesn't use up 80 ammo, we'll be okay. Okay, that should be... Wait, what are you building? Oh, they still need the prop mods. Actually, that's probably the hardest thing for the bots to do, because that's like 48 actions. Yeah, glad I put them in manually. The bots would have been working forever. Okay, so we have not combat explosives. Cliff explosives are good. Multi-cylinder engine. Okay, gears, single-cylinder engine, and steel plates. Single-cylinder engines are 0.6 seconds. These are 0.5. So it's not quite a 1-to-1 ratio, but it's very, very close to a 1-to-1 ratio. Yeah, that's not too bad. We'll just pretend it's a 1-to-1 ratio and call it good, because I don't really want to have to worry about like a 20% change. If we can get some solid fuel, we can put a single speed module in it, and then we'll have the perfect ratio. But currently the problem is that we need iron to get over here. And I think the easiest way to do that is to just build another iron lane, right? Like, that has to be the easiest way. So we will copy the copper lane down to 24 furnaces, upgrade it to steel. Because I do not want to try to figure out how we can get another resource over here. I think this line's up here. Can't really tell. Looks right. Then we'll upgrade this. But yeah, we definitely have enough iron production right here. It's just when the mall is fully running, we don't have any spare iron. So I would kind of like the blue science to have priority iron over buffering up a ton of pipes and stuff like that. Also, do these not use pipes at all? Oh, they don't. Okay. So that kind of makes them easier, but also not really any different than vanilla pipe recipe or vanilla engine recipe. It's just like a different, one different intermediate product. But it's effectively the same complexity. We definitely wasted a lot of power pulse here. It's not worth deleting though, because I want to be able to copy this later. And then I think what we'll have to do, we'll have to go to that iron lane. I will bring some efficiency modules while we're there. But we need to go expand. We need to go expand iron just a little bit. And for that, we're good on belts, we're good on splitters. The only thing we're missing is drills, which are somewhere in the mall. There we go. Nope, did not grab that at all. And we can also grab this iron. We don't need to. And it'll make a really ugly belt that's going across our base, but it would be nice to get rid of it. Because it is not... I don't know. I think it will annoy me if I just have a constant like iron patch in the middle of my base. Like I wanna completely mine it out, even if it's not ever. It might pay for itself, but you know, it's not gonna do much. It would just be nice to have it nice and clean. Okay, so we can build that. Place some efficiency modules because we will start using more iron. And then what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that work? I think that kind of works. This isn't giving a full lane of iron to blue science, but I think it's going to be close. Probably. Well, we hope it's a full lane. We can also add a compressor later if we need. Or like a rebalancer somewhere else. But I think this will be fine. Also, we are incredibly slow. We never finished putting bricks everywhere, apparently. Which would have been slightly helpful. Then did we actually place this in the right spot? We've had many problems this playthrough with pasting furnaces in the wrong spot every single time. But I think we are actually careful. I think we even did that earlier today. Okay, we have plastic, we have sulfur. So these need to become red chips somehow. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we'll take... Wait, red chips don't need iron. They need stone. So let's see. If we do green chips here, we can send green chips and multi-cylinder engines on the same belt. So we can do one belt this way and then one belt that way, or we can do two belts this way. I say we produce green chips here, and then we don't have to steal from other green chip production, which would be good. Because we really don't want to starve our mall if we can avoid it, especially when all we gain out of it is a little bit of simplicity. Steel production is probably a bit on the low side, but I think we'll be okay. And then we'll need 4 gear assemblers, and we'll need 2 single cylinder. Or 1 and 1. I don't really know how many we need. What does this take to craft? 10 seconds. It's 1 to 20. Never mind. We can make do with. We can make do with this. Okay, 1 fast should be enough, especially with stack size. And then... Okay, I think this will work. This looks pretty good. Okay, so this gives us our single cylinder. I want to output onto the other side, don't I? Yeah, let's output onto this side. It makes a little bit more sense. Not a ton. It actually, yeah, no, it doesn't make much of a difference. Okay, hopefully that works. And then we can have a splitter here. Actually, no, that looks pretty clean. Okay, I like that. And then we would have to make this 20 long. That's actually that's a very long build. Maybe can I fit it over here? Okay, that'll work. And then if we want, we can do an output here and then an output here and like side load it. I think would be a good idea. Okay, input, 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 input. Wait, this might not work. Do we have medium electric poles? The only way you can make this work is if we have medium electric poles. Which I think technically we can get. Yeah. They're just a bit pricier than I thought they were. They're not expensive, they're just a lot more steps to the recipe than vanilla. No, I don't like that. This is not a good way to design this. We're not playing Warptorio anymore. We don't need to save an individual tile, especially if it's going to make it incredibly ugly. So instead, what we'll do is we'll just send it up and around. Does that work? We can make it work. We need to make this one an underground though. Okay. Hopefully this is fine. We can send that straight across and we can send these up. Okay, now we have something we can copy. And because these are kind of expensive, let's use prod mods in them. We can't fully copy it yet. Okay, now I believe we can fully copy it. Then we need 20, so that's another 4. Bots will be fixing this forever. We definitely need to place all of the belts by hand because there's no way this will get done if I let the bots do it. Very excited to get actual power armor at some point. We also missed the prod modules on the copying, so that's fun. We need to place them all manually. Cool, cool, cool. Input, input, and then what else? 26? Okay, we should have enough prod mods. What are they missing? Inserters. Cool. I don't know how we missed those. We also didn't grab power poles. At least power poles are easy to add. Easy-ish to add. Few more clicks than I like, but not difficult by any means. And then inserters, perfect. Why don't we just make this a nice even 500 as opposed to 350, which is a very odd number. Well, it's still an even number, but it's not like a good number. Power armor Mike marked 9,000. That would be pretty solid. It only would cost 10,000 speed module 3s to upgrade it that much. Okay, these are not working. Why? Aha. Is the ratio right? I think it is. This is 0.6 seconds. This is 10. Yeah, it's a 1 to 20. Wait, no, it's a 1 to 10. These use 2 of each. Whoops. Okay, well, I like the size that I have it, so I'm just going to expand this upward. Call it good. Input, 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 input. Wait, no, let's go down for this one to save a little bit of belt. And then we can do the single cylinder here. Has to be over 1,000 or there's no point in having it. True. I feel like that's how you get locked into never once using power armor. It's like, no, I need it to be completely overpowered before I ever use it. Just like with nuclear power, when you don't start it until you get when you postpone starting it until you get Covarex, and then you just never get it in the first place because you're just too lazy to get Covarex. Because that is a problem I always ran into. But I realized you don't need Covarex for it. It's still very viable without it. Okay, so we have... Do we have enough copper? I think we have enough copper. It's just we have to like do something weird right here with how we cap this splitter if we want to keep producing repair packs. Okay, so we can get copper, and then we can also get bricks somehow. There we go. That kind of works. And then I'm assuming half a lane of copper ore or copper plates is probably enough. So what we'll actually do is we'll split it off and then sideload here. And then we'll somehow make more electric circuits here. I have no idea what the ratio is. This is 3 to 2. Okay, so that's a vanilla ratio. That's not too bad. It's just we're doing this in a very awkward spot. You're playing K2 right now and you have a power setup that goes up to 10 gigawatts and you use 600 megawatts. That is a very Factorio thing to do. Yep. It's just like... It's like when you set up a mall and you design it so that every assembling machine can run full time, even though it's a mall and you like need your refinery like once every hour. But you're like, but I need it to run fully. So then you do, and then you just have so much overproduction. And it's perfect. That is exactly how it should be. The factory must grow. Can I output like this? No, because I have to turn these into stone tablets first. I think I have this is a really awkward way to do this, but I think it'll work. Okay, so there's my stone tablet production. This should be enough. And then we'll do... Actually, we can do it here, right? Yeah. Okay, and we're just going to do direct feeding. Hopefully I chose the right one. Not efficient, mind you, just good. Yeah, I like that. Good engineering is just overproduction. I 100% agree with this sentiment. So can we do... How do we copy this? Like that? Should be good? Yeah. And then we'll do it in pairs. Okay, yeah, that should work. And then these need productivity modules, which we should actually put inside them first before we copy it 1,000 times. Wait, these only need one input. These are supposed to have the doubles. There we go. And then let's copy the recipe before we copy it 10 times. And then I think we can do up to 8, assuming we have enough copper and stone tablets. We can always do red belt later if we need. But yeah, I think we can make this work. Then hopefully we have... Oh, yeah, we have plenty of prod mods here. Perfect. Okay, we're all... You know, I honestly wasn't expecting to get blue science today, because in my mind, it was going to be a more complicated recipe, but it's honestly just as... It's basically the vanilla recipe, but with one extra assembling machine per engine. Like that's the only difference. Instead of pipe, you have these two assemblers, and that's about it. I'm very glad it was fairly straightforward. Now, of course, we still might not have enough iron to support all of this, so who knows how well all of these will work. But it will work, and we will get blue science probably in like the next 20 minutes, which means we can start researching again. And then, just in case we expand it, we could leave a gap, but I don't think we need to worry too much about that. Is there any decent way to get this down here? I think... Actually, that's not a bad way to do that. Yeah, okay. That's pretty decent. So that puts engines and circuits on one belt. They're not used for the same recipe, but they're used in the same general area. So it's just a lot easier to transport it across the base if I can reduce it to a single belt. And then I think we'll cut across through here awkwardly because, you know, there's never enough spaghetti. And then hopefully once we get bots, we can stop using a really bad spaghetti design. But knowing me, that won't happen. We'll just use bots and we'll make even worse spaghetti because now we can do it remotely. But, you know, in theory, I would like to produce an actually clean design. Okay, so that is somewhat functional. And then now we can split it out. We need the circuits to go over here with the plastic, and we need wires to also be produced here. Okay, I don't think that's too bad. Especially if we route sulfur a different way, things get a lot easier. Okay, so we can filter this. And then I think we're lucky enough, yeah, we actually have these on the correct side to just connect directly, which I like a lot. Okay, so there's that. That's the wrong spot. Perfect. Is it the same? 4, 2, 2? Okay, perfect. That's not right. We need to place this here. And then this is a gap we can put copper wire. Perfect. Then wire we can just take from this belt. I think 4 will suffice. Maybe 5. We do need why don't we have any? What did we use all our fast inserters for? Didn't we just grab like 100? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's make sure these are actually finished first then. We are so close to being able to get robot speed upgrades. I mean, I know you need, I think someone said you need space science for the better ones. Yeah. But we can at least get 2 upgrades, which is still something. Like, I will happily settle for anything that at least matches vanilla. Like, if it can match the player speed, I'm cool with it. That is my goal. Match the player's 100% movement speed. And then that should be decent. We can add prod mods or efficiency modules here. I don't really know which is more important. Let's just do efficiency, because I don't think we're copper limited. Although, technically, we don't actually have enough copper here, so we will be copper limited if we don't upgrade things to red belts. Maybe I should have done a splitter, so that way I don't starve red science with this. But on the other hand, if I starve red science, all science stalls, and then blue science won't run. So I think it will, like, over time balance itself out. There will be some lag with like belt buffers, but yeah, I think it should balance itself decently. And then these things we can actually put red chips in because they are kind of pricey. They take a while to pay for themselves, but considering how cheap red chips are, honestly the ROI for these is pretty fast. These are all going the wrong direction. And now we can copy it down 24 times. Probably should have done the outputs first. Oh well. we can copy stuff again. Okay, so this is red chips. How many is this? 16. Oh, that is not I did not copy as many as I thought I did. Okay, we are out of inserters. That is kind of unfortunate. Where do we have, or assembly machines, sorry. Yeah, okay. And then we have enough long inserters to finish red chips, but I don't think we have enough to also finish blue science. So let's grab a little bit of everything. More productivity modules as well. Those would be good in blue science. Then we don't need efficiency modules. So I'm thinking we can just do blue science here. Would be okay. Yeah, that should be fine. And then, oh gosh, if this was one tile over, can we get blue science right here? I think this is the blue science recipe, right? Where's blue science? Oh, oh right, there's a science tab. Okay. Sulfur and that's not what I meant for that to look like, but honestly, that works. No, that works perfectly. Cool. Okay, that'll do. We do need to put the prod mods in it before we copy it even more. Then just like before, we have to copy it first and then copy the second row. And then while we're doing this, we could probably copy the red chip outputs, which would be a good idea. Wait, are they staggered or something? Wait, hold up. What did I mess up? What has a double output? There we go. It's like something is not right there. Okay, is this good enough? That is 12 blue science assemblers. Let's double that. I don't know if we can double it. I'm assuming we can because of the productivity modules. I don't think it matters because we don't have that many green and red science assemblers, but it's not like, it's not a terrible thing. I don't think we have too many. We'll just cut it here because that's how many red chips we have. And then we'll filter out the red chips, put those in a chest because they're probably used for something like roboports if I had to guess. And voila. If we had made it just a little bit shorter, it would be a lot cleaner. Not worth it. I would have to cut 3 assembly machines. We'll leave it for now. Okay, and I think that's blue science. Ooh, I see blue science on the belt. We probably will not be able to run this full time because I didn't do any calculations. I think assembly machine wise, I have the right ratios, or at least good enough ratios that this should run full time. But I don't think we have enough copper or iron or any of that stuff, or steel. So we have the assemblers. I don't think we have the smelting capacity for as many as we placed, because a lot of this blue science will probably be relying on buffered steel, which is not great because that means I won't know for like a couple hours probably. Maybe not a couple hours, probably like an hour or two once it burns through the buffer if I have enough. And then bots are going to take forever if they build all this, but that's okay, because this is the last time we ever have to use our personal robobots exclusively. Well, not the last time, but one of the last times that we have to use exclusively the bad bots, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know what bots look like. It's a little bit more complicated than vanilla. But I don't think it's that much harder. It's just a little bit more expensive. Because let's see, it needs a big electric engine, which are small motors, electric circuits, and steel. So that's fairly similar to vanilla. Uses copper though. It uses a lot more copper, and then robot frames also use batteries. Okay, so yeah, it should be, in terms of complexity, it's not that much more expensive. In terms of cost, it is more expensive because the robot frames are like 4 times the cost, it looks like. Which is doable. We can definitely deal with 4 times the cost. Because the main problem right now would be complexity. Like, I didn't want it to be more complex. But totally fine with it being pricey. Especially considering nothing needs to run full time anyway. Okay, so we have blue science. We can start getting advanced oil processing. I'm assuming, I saw that we needed lube, and I'm assuming we need sulfuric acid. So the only thing that advanced oil is used for is going to be the lubricant again. That makes sense. I wouldn't really expect anything different, but you never know. Sometimes the recipes may be complicated in more ways than I was anticipating. And then I think what we'll do to get another copper lane is actually just upgrade this one to a steel belt or a steel lane with not enough steel furnaces apparently. Yeah, if we upgrade this one to steel furnaces, we can increase the cap for. and then use red belt, we should be able to get a fair amount extra out of this. You must use 2 more satellites too. Oh, I don't know what the Universe Explorer is, but apparently it shares the same button as upgrade. Also, what is this? Is there a better way to do this? Honestly, not having it is the better way to do that. It saves a splitter. And then is this far enough up? I doubt it. No, it is not. Okay, we need all of the gears we can get. Let's make this one larger. There we go. That should get us enough transport belts. And then I think that's 12? No, that's more. Okay, perfect. And then now we upgrade the inputs. Did I do that right? I actually wasn't looking. I was just kind of guessing. So there's like a 50% chance I upgraded the wrong half. Because you can save belt by doing only red belts on the first half of the inputs and only red belts on the second half of the outputs. It saves like, what is it, 60 red belt each lane, which isn't a ton, but when you don't have red belt automated anywhere and you have to handcraft it all, it's nice to save those resources. Okay, that should work, right? Don't know if we're getting enough copper for that, but I think that's okay. Let's see, half a lane or a yellow belt going to the right, that is totally fine. Because this is only consuming half a yellow belt of copper. This wants to consume an entire yellow belt of copper, which is 1 red belt of copper. So actually we need, if we want blue science to run, I think we need another splitter here. We need to sideload something, or sorry, not blue science. If we want red science to run always, we have to supplement this about halfway down, I think. Or you can supplement it in multiple spots. But yeah, I think that'll work. The idea here is just to have slightly above 1 red belt. I think we need like 1.1 or like 1.2 half red belts, a little over a full yellow belt. But because we have copper and gears on the same belt, it's a weird balancing to do with the space that we left. But I think this is sufficient. It's not perfect, but it should be good enough. Realistically, we should have just moved this 1 tile over when we built it. And honestly, it still might be a good idea to do that. Of course, if we want this to do anything, we need to finish filling out that copper lane, which is fairly easy to do. Because we should have enough drills. Yeah, we have enough drills. We do not have any belts. Well, we have a little bit of belt. We don't have nearly enough belt. We also have a bunch of junk that I really do not want. But it also seems kind of expensive, so I don't just want to trash it. There we go. And then stone, coal. Yeah, none of this is useful. It just takes up a lot of space. Okay, cliff explosives. I don't know if we need those. We might. I didn't really look too closely at the copper lane. And then glass, stone tablets. We definitely don't need these. Belts. Oh, that is too many belts. Also, we don't need this wood at all. We also don't need this stone. Because I don't think we don't even use wooden power poles. As soon as we could, we switched over to iron power poles because they're just a lot easier to make consistently. Then sure, just in case we run out, that should be fine. Ooh, okay, we got all the bot speeds. Wow, this is a very reasonable amount of blue science. In my mind, it didn't look like much, but yeah, that's 22 assemblers. So that's only like 10 to 15 minutes to research the text, assuming they're the same price as vanilla. Especially since we already have the productivity mods, so we're saving even more. So yeah, that's not too bad. That's a lot more than I thought we were making. Okay, and then we'll let bots just do their thing. Actually, I'm pretty sure having bots help with these lanes is detrimental. Because if they partially place... Yeah. What we should be doing is this, if we want bots to help. Because the only... what speeds it up the most is being able to just smart drag power poles here. And then you can smart drag belts over it. But if bots have placed like half of the belt, smart belt doesn't work in that instance. Which is weird. I feel like if you smart belt over a ghost, it should have like a separate smart belt function. That might be complicated to do though. But like that would be a very cool way of doing it. But basically what ends up happening is bots will place this, and then my smart belt will place that. And then the whole lane like breaks. So basically the options are either not having bots at all, or having bots only place like the drills. And I don't know how many lanes we can get out of this. Probably enough. I actually kind of wish this was a little bit more, oh, what's the word? Dense? Because it's just, there's like this really large gap in the middle that and I want to try to get all of the copper out of this. But if I do that, these ones on the end are going to die really fast relative to the others, which just makes them feel a lot more useless, especially since I want to put efficiency modules on them. But that wouldn't be the greatest idea for this lane. 3.3, that's good enough. It backs up a little bit. Actually, I would prefer that one to be the prioritized lane, because it's going to run out the earliest. Okay, that looks okay. Let's add some efficiency modules just wherever, because we can. Not that we need it. Honestly, we don't... do we have enough drills? We almost brought enough drills, I think, to fill out the entire lane. Honestly, we might have just barely... No, we didn't. Because that's just used up 6. Maybe there's some that are red. If there are some that are red that we can recover right now, that would help. Like maybe this one on the end doesn't need it. Yeah, like that one we can probably delete. This one we can't delete, but we can move this one over. So that way we have a few more drills to try to take this entire patch out. But yeah, no, we definitely do not have enough. Okay, well, we tried our best. But it looks like we are... I mean, if we space these out, can we do it? No, we are 2 drills short. That is so close to being able to fill this entire lane. This entire patch. Okay, here's what we can do. We can add a gap in a couple of these. There we go. Ordinarily, like, I would not have spent the time doing that, but we were just so close to, like, covering this entire patch and eventually, like, saying we took the entire thing. So I really did not want to waste that. Because otherwise, like, if we devoured this whole patch, right, and I only left this small section here, I would never come back. But this will let it run for, I don't know, maybe a little bit longer, like 5% longer or something. And then this we'll just use a splitter here. I don't think it needs a prio. Okay, so that gives us 3 lanes of resources. We have no means of using 3 lanes of resources, but we do have access to them, which is something. Will probably will be useful later. And then, is it defended? Of course not. Why would we ever defend something? We're not smart enough to do that. We just let things get destroyed. Or hope we're checking our map proactively. Which honestly, we're doing fine. I think the efficiency modules have helped a lot to reduce our pollution. We could also finish upgrading all of the iron lane to steel. This won't give us more resources. Like, we won't get any more iron out of this, but it will reduce fuel consumption. So it is sometimes worth it to upgrade to steel furnaces, even if your belt can't support anymore, just for that reason. Then is this a red belt? I feel like this should be a red belt. Not because we need the bricks, but because I want access to a full belt of stone, if possible. And then I think, see, we didn't finish upgrading the iron lane, did we? No, we did not. Okay. Stone furnaces will be eaten up. Oh, wait, we're not researching anything. Cool. Now we can actually start ooh, we can get jetpack? Okay, that's pretty cool. Don't know what that is. Oh, really low grade energy shields. Tool belt, sure. Logistic bots, good for clearing my inventory. And then just random researches, perfect. Okay, let's check. We need to make sure we actually upgraded these, because there is a chance we didn't. Okay, those are upgraded all the way down. Those are upgraded, perfect. I think there's going to be a little bit of delay here before we actually see if that's working. It looks like we do have a full red belt of copper, though. And like, I'd say 5 to 10% of is being used for the mall. About a quarter of it is being used for these belts. And then the rest of it is being used for red science and blue science. Perfect. Hello, Guy Clicking. Thanks so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Always love hearing the fish taco variant of that song. It has like I think it's like a 5% chance of doing fish taco instead of beef taco, which is fun. I don't know why these are not running. Is it just because oh, it's just now finally backing up on copper. Okay. So I don't think my math is like that off. I think it's just, it was out of copper for probably like 20 minutes. Yeah, it should start backing up now. We should be getting an entire lane of red chips. Perfect. I really don't know what we use the red chips for. Like, obviously we need roboports, but I didn't actually check if they needed red chips or not. Oh, roboports are cheap. Okay. But that's it for me today. My goal was to just get some basic oil processing and then also hopefully get blue science. We don't have enough time today to go for bots, so we'll just stop it here. Hopefully, I think tomorrow or Sunday we can get bots set up. They're not super complicated. It's just I only have like 10 minutes left, so there's no point in starting another project, and I definitely can't get them set up in 10 minutes. But thank you all so much for watching. Thanks for the follows. Should be back tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I should be back Sunday. I'm feeling better, so getting back into the regular streaming schedule of a couple hours a day, which has been nice. Hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you all next time.